My dream was actually to open a construction company right after high school because I already knew a lot of things prior to that because of what my father taught me. So now that this comes where DACA might get repealed, I actually had to put the business aside for now. I had to look for other ways of making money just in case DACA is taken away. I need to have a certain amount of money to leave with if I do have to leave.
Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals is a executive action that President Obama put into place. He announced it in June of 2012 and it went into action in August of 2012. And essentially what DACA does is that it allows for young people under the age of 16 who came to the US perhaps with their parents and were undocumented. It allows them a temporary status so that they won't be deported and they will have a temporary work permit. It's been tremendously successful. There are over 750,000 young people across the United States that have DACA.
I've been undocumented until 2014 when Obama passed the DACA law, I guess you could say. I had to go from part-time job property manager to a full-time just because I want to be able to amass as much money as I can so that if I do have to leave, I have something to leave with.
¿Tiene la para soldar? Sí. ¿Cómo se va a hacer lo del agua? Now the two thermostats that come out through there should be this. Check the other one.
Being a property manager or having to go into property management is going to help me in the long run, regardless of whether I'm going to be. But it's not something that I aspire to. I aspire to building houses, renovating houses, doing a business of my own, being to a certain point when my boss is now, not keep working for someone else. So that was my aspiration when I opened the business. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. I can make my dreams come true in terms of that. But yeah, working for someone, that was not what I was looking for. So I guess if that answered a shorter version, no, I never aspired to be a property manager or work under anyone. But you have to do what you have to do. You can't wait around for something to happen.
I was born in Venezuela. I came to the United States in 2003 and I lived undocumented for about 9 years until I applied for DACA. So one thing that happened when DACA was created was that many of the folks who were eligible for it applied, and all of a sudden, and I will include myself on this, we got really comfortable. It was like we got a work permit. We don't have to be so aggressive anymore in our advocacy. I have to step up my advocacy mostly because I don't want to feel comfortable again and I don't want to normalize these elections, and I want to let my community and our elected officials know that this is not okay. They need to do something about DACA. They need to either expand it to include more folks or really do something about the whole immigration system that will be inclusive of many more people, because just creating these temporary programs don't help anyone. Oh, thank you. Now I feel like it's a TED Talk. I'm going to talk a little bit about what DACA is. I am aware that many of you might know what this program is, but if you don't, I'm just going to do a quick overview, and then we're going to go through a few resources that you can use and share with many other DACA recipients in New York City and in other parts of the state. These recent election results are actually a wake-up call to our community. this is temporary, and the reason why it's temporary is because the next president can just come and end it, and it will be devastating for many of the DACA recipients in our community.
I think that when you are put in a situation where you are constantly having to think about your status, when you are given an opportunity to have something like Deferred Action for childhood arrivals, and you're able to see where your education can take you, where you can get a job as a teacher or a lawyer or a policymaker or open a construction business, and then suddenly this permit that has allowed you to work is taken away, it has a real psychological effect. It's depressing. It puts people into a real slump where they really feel like they can't move forward with their lives.
I've done as much as I could in terms of proving that I'm an American. To a certain point, I've proven I didn't want to give up just to prove to myself that I can do things that other people said I couldn't, just because I'm not quote unquote legal. Just because I'm illegal doesn't make me any less of a person than anyone else, or doesn't make me any less capable of doing certain things.